to get those guys used to each other? Or?
Yeah, we're letting, we moved John Houston to the middle linebacker position as well, and so just getting he and Jordan both quality reps in there, and we change it daily on who's going to go when. But I feel very confident with Jordan or John at any time in there.
I know you're really confident in those three guys in the middle spot. What have you seen from that next group of guys?
Yeah, I think Kanai's done a really good job moving from the defensive end or outside backer position inside. Braylon Goforth, who's a mid-year player that's here, has made a lot of strides. He broke up a couple balls in practice today. He's done some really nice things for us. And Giuliano, we moved him inside as well, and he's done some explosive things in there as well.
What have you seen from Hunter Echols? Is he showing you more consistency on the other side?
He has. He's done a nice job setting the edge in the running game, and he's explosive versus the pass. I think he's really kind of grown up, so to speak, on the practice field and in the weight room. And this summer is going to be real important for him, but I've seen a real change in his demeanor and how he's playing.
Sorry if you already answered this, but how has EA's role changed in this defense from last season to this season?
He's playing a position a lot like he played against Notre Dame, which is the wheel or the dime position in this defense. So he was a middle linebacker most of the year last year, where he was making all the calls, and I just think he's better suited being in the position where he's at now, behind a 3 technique, where you can keep him covered up and let him run and hit.
Where did you want it? What did you talk to him about after last season? Where did you want him to improve going into this year?
Well, EA came in my office about the 4th or 5th game last year, and he wants to be the best linebacker that ever played at USC. So you got to love his heart and what he brings to the table. And he wants to do anything he can to help us win ever since he's been here. And so whatever he wants to do, whatever is best for the team and where we think best utilize his skill set. And he's getting real comfortable where he's at right now. So I'm really, really happy with his progress.
What are your overarching takeaways from the spring?
I wanted to see good technique, improvement at all 3 levels of the defense. I wanted to see the defensive line to play with a consistent stance, to play with good hand placement, and move their feet on contact, and then be disruptive versus the pass. I've seen that. I thought the inside linebackers needed to do a better job at key and diagnosing run and pass, and be better internal blitzers, and I've seen that. And the secondary, I wanted to see them play better situational football. So we spent a lot of time talking those things with all 3 levels. And when we've had the guys in the secondary out there that are going to be out there probably in the fall, they've done a good job with that recognition.
Your secondary, there's so many young guys there. Do you get a sense that they can improve a lot as the season goes on? I mean, is there sort of a lot of room for growth with those guys?
I think there is. There's not a lot of experience there, and summer's going to be critical. They're going to have to really work in the off season, not only in the weight room but in the player run practices. And then the time we get to meet with them is going to be critical. And then, take that into fall camp and have a good 4 weeks before we have the opener versus Fresno.
It seems like with the recruits in the secondary, a lot of guys are versatile. They can play either corner or safety. Was that somewhat of a point coming into this season?
Yeah, we wanted size in the secondary. We want safeties with coverability. So many teams play 3 and 4 wide receivers. A lot of the nickel package that we play is really 3 safeties. So we wanted athletic cover type guys that could play in space.
And you had the luxury of having a Jamie Harris for so many years. Now that he's gone, how do you plan on fulfilling that role? By committee, or do you have a couple of guys that you know? Well,
I think Chase Williams has done a nice job. He's had experience playing a little bit against Notre Dame in the safety position, and I thought he really grew up after that game. So you could see him do some really good things in that game that he showed during practice, even though he was kind of nicked up all year. And then Raymond Scott, we moved him from inside linebacker out to the nickelback position. And then Max Williams, who is a mid-year that's here, who's coming off a knee injury, hasn't had a full practice yet, can only go through individual. I anticipate him challenging as well.
We didn't get to talk to you after the showcase, but I wondered what you thought about the play that Drake Jackson made.
Yeah, I thought it was spectacular. It was, very athletic play, very quick key and diagnose and recognition, and so it was exciting. I'm really happy about his progress.
Yeah, what'd you think of him not attacking a quarterback? He kind of read the screen.
Right.
And that, maybe most freshmen probably would have.
Yeah, we would have had closed on that. Well, we teach when you get a down block, you're going to run what we call a surf technique if the back's offset to your side, and if you don't feel like you can transition to the quarterback in an RPO, get your hands up. And so it was just a great play, and he's a very talented athlete.
What's the next step for him this offseason?
I think just this grind, going through spring ball for him the first time, the weight program, just to have continue his ascend. Don't want to take any steps back through the summer.
Weight-wise, do you like where he's at? Is that what you want him to look like?
Yeah, I like the way he moves. I think he's been physical in the running game, and then it shows the ability to transition and rush against tackles in the passing game. So I think he's fine right where he's at. He's, he reminds me a lot of, Cam Jordan, who I coached at Cal, Leonard Williams, who we had here. He's a very similar athlete to those guys at that age.